Hello lads, back again with another video. This time is slightly different. I wasn't planning on making a video until the Stoke game, but there has been a bit of an uproar after the Manchester United and Liverpool game, mainly to do with, what's his name? Klopp, that's the guy. Klopp's comments regarding our style of play, which I found absolutely laughable, and obviously the Pogba debate, so to speak. Yeah, so I thought, why not give my opinion? Not that anyone gives a shit, but you know, why not? Yeah, so first things first, let's get to the Manchester United Liverpool game. For those of you that don't know, it was 1-0. I don't know where you're living, but yeah, the final score was 1-0. Liverpool scored in the first half, Manchester United scored in the second half. I'm going to keep it quite simple because obviously I know I've already made a video on this. First things what I wanted to just point out was the fact that, you know, credit to Liverpool, you know, they executed their pressing style of play to perfection in that first half in particular, especially playing Carrick out of the game. And also Pogba, really, to be honest, I think the main issues with Pogba's performance, I will get onto this in a bit more detail, but the main issue with Carrick and Pogba's performance was that they were taking too long on the ball, giving Liverpool players an opportunity, you know, to press them and put them under pressure. That's one thing that we just couldn't cope with in that first half, which is why we struggled so much to maintain the ball. But you know what? It's quite interesting, you know. So Jose was watching the game and thought, no what? We're struggling in the first half, boys. I just need to change something, you know. And then he changes the tactics and thinks, you know what, instead of just continuing to play like this, because it's clearly benefiting Liverpool, you know, the team we're playing against, let me change it to long ball, because I know they can't deal with a long ball. One, because I did mention against West Ham how much they struggled, and Antonio actually benefit from that. And a couple of other teams that they played against, they struggle against a long ball because the defenders are fucking shit. Apologise for swearing, but the defenders are absolutely shocking at dealing with the long ball. So let me think. Continue play the way we play so Liverpool win, or change it up. So Klopp's out here complaining that Manchester United changed it to long ball. Excuse me, when something's not working, you change it. Like, it's not like Man City. We're not just going to sit there and get absolutely slapped by Everton 4-0. And their manager just sat there in his chair crying. Mate, did you see Pep's face? Oh my god, Pep is a specialist at being a flipping fraud, man. I'm going to go into that in a bit more detail a little bit later on. But just to mention it quickly, the difference between Pep and Jose in that instance was Jose reacted to the situation. If we continued playing the way we were playing in the first half, Liverpool would have won the game. It's as simple as that. Do I want Man United to be playing long ball? No, I do not. But if it means that we get a point against Scumpool, then why not? When we've got the opportunity to do that. And at the end of the day, we did it in the last 10 minutes. It's not like we went for the full half. He gave opportunities to Rooney and Matt to come on, and it still didn't work. And what I also need to say, or want to say, is Jose does not get enough credit for that second half performance for Man United. In the first half, I could say fair play to Klopp. That's 1-0 to you, and also tactically you outplayed us in the first half. There's no denying that. Yet it's hard for me to say it, but I do respect Klopp for that because he did a job on us. In the second half, however, if you're a football fan, I don't care who you support, you have to admit that Jose's just done Klopp there, because he realised that the only way to counteract the press was to avoid the midfield and hit it long. That is the only way you can counteract a team that presses well and effectively. The only way you can counteract that by is obviously avoiding the midfield, which is what we did in the second half, which is why we had so much joy, and is why you had to park the bloody bus in the second half. But nobody's talking about how Liverpool parked the bus in the second half. But when Man United parked the bus, which we did in fact, so I don't know why I'm doing that, which we did, at Anfield, everyone is on the newspaper. They're really posting pictures of buses with Jose's face on it and shit. But with Klopp does it, oof. Man United playing long balls. Mate, come on. You got to win the game, fam. Like I said, we don't want to be like Man City, sitting there and getting slapped by Everton 4-0 and just sitting there and crying. Like, did you see Pep's face? Man was like feeling sorry for himself. It ain't about feeling sorry for yourself. Get flipping Fellaini on. Let's get the draw at least. And this is what I was coming up to at giving Jose credit. 99.9% of people, Man United fans in particular, watching that game would have subbed on Marcus Rashford. Not even Fellaini's mum would have subbed Fellaini on in that game. And he took the flipping hardest decision and subbed on Fellaini. And that's why I think he deserves credit, because you got to have balls to make a decision like that. There's no way in a million years I would have made that decision. Not because I haven't got the balls, but because I didn't think it was the right decision. So when it goes right for the manager, you have to give credit to the manager. I don't care what kind of style of play it is. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, it worked and it was effective. And this leads me on perfectly to the people who are retweeting that Alexander Arnold kid stats compared to Pogba. Oh my god. Oh, what game do you people watch? Let me break it down to you. Martial violated that kid. Absolutely violated him. And people can be like, oh my god, you've lost the plot, he's 18, blah blah blah. No, he got violated. If there wasn't 2 or 3 other Liverpool players, which in their credit, they did really well, so I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying, if they weren't there, he would have got past so many times. Even if there were 2 players, he would have got past so many times. But because there were 4 players, he ain't no Messi. He might get there one day, but at this moment in time, Martial ain't Messi. So that is the reason why that kid apparently had a good game and had better stats than Pogba. So for all you stat merchants out there that love your stats, have I got a stat for you? KDB, otherwise known as Kevin De Bruyne, you know, that guy that was amazing last season, hasn't got a goal since September. But nobody's talking about him. Isn't that Macaulay, West Brom guy, got more goals than Kevin De Bruyne since September? Oh, why do you not hear about that? Because he's not a Man United player. That's why you don't hear about that. Also, not to mention the fact that James Milner has got more goals than Kun Aguero this weekend. Can you believe it? That means Milner is better than Aguero. Using your man's logic. Oh my god. So funny. Yeah, I know it sounds like I'm ranting, but I just found it funny, so I thought I wanted to comment. Well, I wanted to comment on it and just see what other people think. I know Man United fans probably agree with most of what I'm saying, but I'm going to get abuse from other fans. But you know what? I don't really care. You get it on a daily basis, mate. For those of you that don't know, I work as a football coach. And as working as a football coach, you get a lot of football fans there, most of which aren't Man United fans. So I'm used to this abuse. So by all means, if you think I'm deluded, feel free to leave it in the comments. I don't really care. But anyways, yeah, so let's talk about Pogba, Paul Pogba, because my man has been getting abused left, right and centre. And let me start off first and, you know, let's be real in it, he was shocking in it. There's no denying that. He was absolutely piss poor. But know what? Guess who else was piss poor against Liverpool in their time for Man United? Oh wait, was Vidic poor? Vidic was terrible. What do you know? Vidic and flipping Ferdinand could not handle Torres for the life of them. But does that make them bad players? No, it does not. Why are fans saying Pogba is shit, overrated, all the rest of this BS, when man had one bad game and he's been playing sick for 2 months? Was he shocking? Yes. Absolutely terrible. There's no defending him. Even Pogba knows he's shocking. Well, was shocking, should I say. But why are people over-exaggerating so much? Like, people are saying that Arnold kid got more successful dribbles than him. Which, to be honest with you, well done. You can dribble it in your own defence. Well done, mate. You can dribble it in your own defence. But you know what? One thing I will say about Paul Pogba, and I have said it in my previous videos, I've been watching Man United since probably about 98, 99, and I'm not saying that because we won the treble that year. It's legit. But, yeah, I've not seen a person who's done what Paul Pogba has done since Paul Scholes. And I'm saying that now, and I can watch it at the end of the season. That's why I'm making this video. Paul Pogba is going to be up there with the likes of Scholes if he continues to play in the way he plays. The guy takes so many risks, and unfortunately on this occasion he overdid it so much, which is why people are, you know, criticising him, and rightly so. He deserves a criticism for this game, but the fact that people are calling him a flop after this game is laughable. Oh my god. Yeah, so I just want to point that out. And also, just going back to the manager front, Klopp done us in the first half. However, Jose deserves credit in the second half to react, unlike Pep Guardiola, who just sits on his arse and feels sorry for himself. Like, honest to God, that how is he getting away with this? Man is sat there basically crying against Everton. Like, fam, you got violated by some guy called Lookman. I don't even know who he is. And Rakitic, man. B-Tech Rakitic Davies violated you Man City hoes. And I know you Man City fans are watching this, all one of you. But you man's got violated and you got the audacity to take the piss out of us. Oh my god. We're still undefeated. 16 on the bounce, yeah, whatever. Including that, we've got Liverpool. We played Liverpool, I think, twice maybe in that. We played Arsenal. We've played Man City. We've played Spurs. So, and people are saying we haven't beaten anyone of quality. We haven't lost to anyone either, if you think about it. None of those teams have been able to beat us. We've beaten Spurs, arguably 100% should have beaten Arsenal, and even Everton for that matter. So what I will say to all the haters out there, hating on our team, don't worry about it. We may be 6th, but we are on the up. And the thing is, a lot of fans used to say, oh, Man United this, Man United that, but at the end of the day, none of you have beaten us in the last 16 games, and also you've struggled to even turn up against us, so we're doing something right. Jose's brought back the fear factor in United, and honestly, I'm buzzing, and all I can say is Pep Guardiola. Mate, I said he was a fraud at the start, and he's still a fraud for me right now. I'm not going to rate him, and people can refer to this video right now. I will never rate Pep Guardiola as a manager until he does it with an average team. And no, I am not comparing him to Jose, because he is better than Jose. I'm not denying that, for what he's achieved in the game. But what I'm saying, for me, I will never rate him because he had Barcelona's arguably best team in history. He had the likes of Ronaldinho, etc. as well. You got to remember that. Also, he had Bayern Munich's quadruple. Let me just make sure you realize what I'm saying. Quadruple team. Man's won the flipping quadruple, and they gave the team to Pep, who couldn't win the Champions League with them. And yes, it's not easy to win, but if you don't think he's not gonna have success with the team that just won the quadruple, you man's crazy. Okay, he's come to Man City now, and he's struggling. But Pep needs a season. But why? Why does Pep need a season and Jose doesn't? Oh my god. Oh god. It's funny because I'm seeing like fans from Arsenal. I don't know why Arsenal are talking, because you're just shit. You're going to bottle it anyways, fam. You will bottle it. You'll probably come 4th, but well done. Collect your flipping 4th place trophy, fam, at the end of the season. Oh god. Last things, I just want to end it on this because I'm just ranting over nothing now and the video is just too long. Mans are talking about Pogba dabbing, right, and taking the piss, and we got man like Sturridge. Man like Sturridge doing this on the bench. Man, you can't get on the pitch. Don't chat shit about Pogba when you can't get on the pitch. Fam, don't chat shit. And Firmino and flipping Klopp crying when Herrera pulled their shirt. Why? If that was anybody else, you would have been celebrating that challenge, because Herrera had to stop that tackle because man was through and man probably would have scored, and then Liverpool would have been talking shit saying they beat us at Old Trafford when somehow, you know, they just didn't turn up, but apparently they deserve to win. Anyways, enough of that. Yeah, basically I just made this video to, you know, express my emotions regarding what mans are saying. And I know my rival homies, the mans who support Arsenal and all that shit, are gonna watch this video. So by all means, hit me up on WhatsApp, hit me up wherever you want. Mans are here for the banter, you know. I made the flipping video for the purpose of saying my own opinion. I can watch it back at the end of the season and see what I want. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you don't agree with anything I've said, which you probably don't, and I really don't care, because we're still 6-0 unbeaten. Come on, United. I'll hear from you guys soon, and thank you everyone for the feedback. The good and the bad, obviously the critique that I can improve on. Cheers, lads. Peace!